Okay, as you can see here, in our previous lecture session, we have finished up to 6 options, that is creation of linked list, insertion of new node in the beginning, insertion of new node at the end, insertion of new node after given node, insertion of new node before given node, and display the content of linked list. Now today we will learn the next 3 operations, those are deletion from the beginning, deletion from the end, and deletion of node from the desired position. So let us start case number 7, 8 and 9. Before starting case number 7, 8 and 9, I would like to tell few things that are included in our previous program. That is, I have taken one more variable x and one temporary variable of type struct student. Okay, this pointer temp variable will be used for removing, or you can say for releasing the memory, right, for a node whatever user would like to delete. Okay, so let us try to understand case number 7, 8 and 9 for deletion of a node. First of all, here is my case number 7, that is deletion from the beginning. Assume that the content of linked list is like this, right? So as you can see, if this is the content of my existing linked list, we can say the root pointer will point to element number 9. The next part of 9, it will be the address of element number 10, and similarly all the nodes contain the address of next node, and at the end node number 17 will contain null in its address part, right? If this is the content of my existing linked list, then how I can remove the first node, or you can say how can I remove the node from the beginning of linked list? For that, what I have to do, I have to take one temporary pointer variable which is pointer p over here. What I am doing, I am locating my p and root at the same node. So I can say from this statement, I can say root and p pointer, both of they are locating to the same node, and that is node number 9, right? Now what I am doing, now I am changing the address of root node from 9 to 10, and that I can do with the help of this statement, that is root is equals to root of next. So now my p pointer will point element number 9 and root pointer will point element number 10. Means now this is my existing linked list. Now what I have to do, I have to remove the memory space occupied to element number 9, and that I can do with the help of free function. Free function is again used in dynamic memory allocation. It is used to reclaim the memory occupied by a given node. Okay, so I am writing free p, it means it will remove the memory, or it will clear the memory occupied to this node which contains 9 in its data part. Okay, and as we have already discussed, the root pointer has already shifted to element number 10. So now onwards 10 will be the starting point for my existing linked list, right? And as I told you earlier also, over here I am decrementing the counter because I am performing the deletion operation. So I am decrementing my counter variable by 1. So that is why I have written C minus minus. Fine. So this is what the deletion from the beginning. The next case is deletion from the end, or you can say the deletion of last node. So for that, what I have to do, I have to traverse till the last node. Let's say this is the content of my existing linked list. So what I have to do, I cannot change the root pointer from 9, otherwise I may have lost the starting address of my linked list. So what I will do, I will keep my root pointer at element number 9. Instead of that, what I will do, I will set one more pointer variable to element number 9, and that is p. So what I have done, I have written p is equals to right. It means initially p and root, both of these two pointers will locate to element number 9. Now what I am doing, in a while loop, I am checking whether p of next is not equals to null. If this condition is true, what I have to do, I have to move my p pointer to the next node. So let us check. This is my p. Initially p of next, in the next part of this node, contains the address of 10, right? It means p of next, that means in the next part of 10, that is not a null, so it will move to 10. Similarly, I have to end at 15. I have to stop traversing at 15. Okay, so what I am doing, I am removing, I will keep on moving my p pointer until I reach to element number 15. Okay, so let us assume that right now I am here, my p pointer is here. So what I will check, p of next means 15, address part of 15 contains the address of 7 and 17, and the address part of 17 contains null, because this is the last node. So that is why this loop will get terminated and my p pointer will stop at 15. Fine. Okay, now when I come out from this loop, what I am doing, initially I am storing the address of this 17. From where I can get the address of 17, that I can find with the help of p of next, because right now my p pointer is locating element 15. So in the next part of element 15, there will be an address of 17, and that is what I require. I would like to store the address of 17 in a temporary variable. Okay, so I am storing that by writing this statement. Then after, what I am doing, I am setting p of next. P of next means now I am overwriting the next part of element 15 by null, because now I would like to break this link, and that I can do with the help of this statement. P of next is equals to null. It means the next part of element 15 will be replaced by null, and this 17 will be separated out from our linked list. Now what I am writing, free temp, where temp contains the address of 17. So whatever memory occupied by element 17, that will be reclaimed by the program. And once again, here also I am performing deletion operation. So what it will do, it will decrement the node counter by 1. I hope you understood the deletion operation from the beginning and deletion operation from the end. Now we are moving towards our next operation, that is deletion from the desired position. So in this case, what is required, first of all, we need to always remember that position cannot be negative or 0, right? Position cannot be negative or 0. It means that over here, whatever value this x contains, that value must be greater than 0, right? So it may be possible that the deletion can be performed from position number 1. So that is deletion from the beginning. Fine. So for that reason, what I am doing, I am initially setting my address of root node to pointer variable p, right? And at that time I am on the first position. This m represents the position number. So if user has provided me position number 1, then we have to write down the logic of what? logic of deletion from the first node. As I have already set my p pointer to the first node, so I am not writing it once again. Simply what I will do, I will set my root pointer to the next node. I will assign the address of second node to my root pointer, and that is what I have done. Root is equals to root of next, and later on I am reclaim the memory occupied by the first node by writing free p, and similarly I am decrementing the counter variable by 1. Fine. So this is the case when user would like to delete the element by using the position of node, and when user provides me to delete the first node. This is the case. What else if user would like to remove the element from greater than one position? In that case, we are moving towards this particular block. Now you can see this m represents what? It represents the position, and this x represents what? The actual position whatever user had given to me. This m tells me that right now I am at which node, whereas this x is the position from where I would like to remove the element. So while perform the deletion operation, what we need to do, we cannot remove the element just by reaching at that particular element. Instead of that, what we need to do, we need to stop our p pointer just before the element which we would like to delete, and that is why I have written while m is less than x minus 1. For example, let's say this is the content of my linked list, and the user would like to remove the third element, that is 11. So what he has to do right now, my p is here and m is 1. When my p is here, right, my m will become 2. So in my case, I would like to remove this third element. So in that case, x minus 1 means 3 minus 1, it will become 2, right? So initially m is equal to 1 over here, right? So 1 is less than 2, then move your p pointer. 2 is less than 2, the condition is false, it won't increment my p pointer to the next element. What happens? Simply it will come out, right? So when it will come out from this loop, my p pointer will be somewhere here. It says that we cannot remove the element by reaching at that particular element which we would like to remove. What we need to do? We need to reach just before the node whatever we would like to remove. For example, let's say I would like to remove element number 13. Then I need to stop traversing of p pointer at element number 12. Okay. So that is what I have done by writing this while loop. And then what I will do, for our example, I would like to remove element number 11. My p pointer traversing is stopped over here, right? And then what I am doing, I am storing the address of 11 that is stored in the next part of element number 10, and I am storing that address to temp pointer by writing temp is equals to p of next. It means right now my p is over here, and the next part of this element stores the address of 11, and that I would like to store in temp. That is why I have written temp is equals to p of next, right? I got the address of 11 in temp. Now what I have to do, in the next part of 10 I have to store the address of 12, because this element, or you can say the link between 10 and 11, should be removed. So that is why in the next step what I have written p of next. It means in the next part of 10 I would like to store the address of 12, and that I can get with the help of what? P of next. In the next part of 11 I can find the address of 12. So what I have written, p of next is equals to p of next of next. That means the address of 12, because address of 12 is available in the address part of 11, and address part of 11 can be accessed by writing p of next of next. P of next means what? P of next means the address part of 10. P of next means what? The address part of 11. And the address part of 11 contains the address of element 12. That is why I have written P of next is equals to P of next. It means I have provided the link between 10 and 12. The link between 10 and 11 has been deleted. Okay. Then I have already stored the address of 11 into the temp. What I will do next? I will simply free temp. So all the memory provided to element 11 will be reclaimed. Now the element 11 will be deleted from our existing linked list. Fine. And at the same time, what I will do? I will decrement the counter by 1. Okay. I hope you understood the concept of deletion of node from the desired position in singly linked list. Now the else if part means what? If user enters the position which is less or equals to 0, which is obviously not possible, as I told you earlier, position cannot be less than or equal to 0. Similarly, what if the user provides me the position greater than total number of elements? Obviously that is also not possible. So in that case I will simply print invalid position. Fine. So let us try to execute our code. In today's lecture we will focus on menu number 7, 8 and 9. But before that we must have an existing linked list. So we will create it. You can see 5 has been inserted into my existing linked list. 2, I am inserting element number 1 in the beginning. You can see element number 1 has been inserted in the beginning. Similarly, I will add 10 at the end. So 10 has been added to the end. Now I will insert a new node after given node. Let's say I would like to insert 3 after first node. Okay, 3, I would like to enter 3 element after the first node, right? So for that I will select menu number 4. I would like it to enter 3 after the first node. That is why I have written 1. Now let's say, as you can see, 3 has been inserted after the 1. Similarly, I would like to insert a new node before the given node. Let's say I would like to insert a new node before the 4th node. That means before the 10, right? So 10 is available at 4th position. So my new element should be added to the 4th position. Okay. So let's say I am inserting 9 before the 4th position. For that, menu 5, element to be inserted is 9 and before 4th position. So as you can see, 9 has been inserted before 4th position. Initially on the 4th position we are having 10, right? So as you can see, all the earlier menus are working properly. Now we will focus on menu number 7, 8 and 9. We would like to delete element from the beginning. So for that, in the beginning I am having 1. So 1 should be removed when I select menu number 7. Okay, as you can see, 1 has been removed from the linked list. Now let me check whether it can remove the element from the last or not. So for that I am having choice number 8 and it will remove element 10. You can see element number 10 has been removed. Now I would like to remove the element from the desired position, right? In this case we need to provide the position. Initially over here we are having only 3 positions, 1, 2 and 3, but still we can perform this operation. So let us see, in the first position 3 is there, 5 and 9. So let me remove the element from second position. So 5 should be removed. From the second position. So 5 must be removed. Let me check. As you can see, 5 has been removed from the linked list, right? Similarly, 3 and 9 is there in my existing linked list. As you can see, 3 should be removed. Yes, 3 has been removed. Let me insert few more elements. So now it will be 9, 15. 4, 9, 15. Now let me remove the element from the first position, right? So for that, what I have to do? Select option 9 and position 1. So as you can see, 4 has been removed. Similarly, let me remove the last element. So that will be at position number 2. Okay. So I will select 9 and position number 2. As you can see, the 15 has been removed. So this is what the deletion from the beginning, deletion from the end, and deletion from the desired position in singly linked list. Fine. Once again, have a look to the program. As I told you earlier, this is the existing program of our previous lecture. I have just added 3 menus in it, that is menu number 7, 8 and 9. Deletion from beginning, deletion from end, and deletion from the desired position. Few declarations I have made, that is variable x and pointer temp. Here are today's menus. Case number 7 in deletion from the beginning, case number 8 deletion from the end, and case number 9 deletion from the desired position. I hope you understood the concept whatever we have learned in today's lecture. Once again, thank you. Thanks for watching my video.